So recently, while I was scrolling on my phone, I came across Malaysia Airlines Flight 370, which went missing on a journey from Kuala Lumpur International Airport to Beijing Capital International Airport back in 2014. The plane's last communication with air traffic control came just over 39 minutes into the flight, and military radar lost sight of the plane about an hour later. A search began to find the plane as well as the passengers, but neither the plane nor the 227 passengers and 12 crew members were found. Now, many of you guys might have already heard of this, but when this happened back in 2014, I was only 15 years old and I didn't really keep up with the news. So if you already know of Flight 370, you can still stick around. We are going to go pretty deep into this one. P.S. They did find some parts eventually, but I want to keep it chronological. So let's start at the beginning. So the disappearance. So like I said at the start of the video, around 39 minutes after takeoff, the plane disappeared from the secondary radar systems. Now at the time that the plane disappeared, the controller in Kuala Lumpur was dealing with other traffic elsewhere on his screen, and he didn't see that the plane disappeared. Meanwhile, the Vietnamese controller saw the MH370 cross into their airspace and then disappeared from the radar. Now, because of an apparent misunderstanding, they only informed the traffic control in Kuala 18 minutes after the MH370's disappearance from their radar screens, and because of incompetence, the search and rescue was also delayed by a few hours. The search. At 6:32 am, the search started. Initially, the search was concentrated in the South China Sea between Malaysia and Vietnam. A total of 34 ships and 28 aircrafts were sent out from multiple different countries. Unfortunately, nothing was found. Then a few days later, a weird discovery was made when they took a closer look at the primary radar records. This data showed that the plane did not stay on course, rather it took a sharp turn to the south in the direction of the Indian Ocean. Here is the flight path. Now, this weird flight path spawned a whole lot of conspiracies and possible theories to what happened. Theories. Hijacking. Early on, the possibility of a simple hijacking has been brought up by various news outlets, including ABC News and the Los Angeles Times. Many believed that the plane was flown to a remote island and that they landed it there. The next theory was a terrorist attack, but no group has claimed that this was their work. There was also a theory called the phantom cell phone theory. Okay, so this theory must have been difficult because it gave people hope and it just extended the pain. Some people thought that the passengers were still alive but could not answer their cell phones. This was based on early reports that family members of Flight 370 passengers heard ringing as opposed to a busy or an off line while calling the passengers' phones. Then there are theories that the US government shot down the plane. The atoll of Diego Garcia, complete with US military base, is located in the middle of the Indian Ocean. One theory suggests that the plane was headed there on some sort of kamikaze mission and it was secretly shot down by the US military before it could reach its target. The Americans would then have faked the satellite data, scooped up every last bit of debris and kept the fate of the plane and its passengers a secret. And then some people say it was aliens or a wormhole. Shame, aliens always get blamed for so many things. What happened to innocent until proven guilty? Discovery. The first piece of debris was not found until July 29, 2015, when the right-wing flaperon was discovered on a beach on the French island of Réunion, about 3,700 kilometers or 2,300 miles west of the Indian Ocean area that was being searched by Australian authorities. Over the next year and a half, 26 more pieces of debris was found on the shores of Tanzania, Mozambique, South Africa, Madagascar and Mauritius. 3 of these pieces were confirmed with serial numbers to be from flight MH370. Now, from the parts that were found, they could determine that the plane did not lie down in a controlled manner. Some researchers state that Flight 370 could have struck the water vertically, a possibility in which the result of one modeling study conducted before the flaperon's discovery suggests could explain the lack of physical evidence. On July 2018, the Malaysian government issued its final report on Flight 370's disappearance. Mechanical malfunction was deemed extremely unlikely, and the change in the flight path likely resulted from manual inputs, but the investigators could not determine why Flight 370 disappeared. In other words, the disappearance was an intentional act. It is impossible that a known flight path was changed. This accompanied by radio and electronic silence. All of this proves that the plane was hijacked or that this was an act of crew self-unaliving. Now when you go deeper, all fingers point to the captain. You see, it's unlikely for it to have been any of the passengers because of this turn. During this turn, the airplane climbed up to 40,000 feet, which was close to its limit. During the maneuver, the passengers would have experienced some G-forces and the depressurization of the cabin, which would lead to rapid incapacitation and death of everyone in the cabin. The co-pilot is also believed to be innocent since he was young, optimistic, and reportedly planning to get married. He also had no history of trouble or violence. Now the FBI did an in-depth investigation on the captain and his computer, as well as his previous flight sim paths, and they said that they could not find anything sinister. Again, there is no proof of anything. We don't know what happened on this plane or why the plane redirected. All we know is that it was a human input that caused the disappearance and the eventual crash. But let me know down below what you think of this case. What happened? And did I miss anything? Now if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. Now this is the first video I've ever made on this channel. So if you like it and you want to see more mysteries and like investigations into conspiracy theories, leave a like, subscribe, and just wait. The next one is coming next week. And just keep an eye open for my community tab. I might leave some clues to what the next video will be. I see you.